How often am I going to do that? How often am I going to fucking do that, right? It's all right. Monday morning, y'all. Monday morning. If it's a Monday morning, you already know the motherfucking forecast. I'm your host, Arius Bookman, and it's gonna be a shitstorm. Cast a spell in the chat, Zohan in the chat. Yes, sir, the shittiest of storms. As a matter of fact, it's a meteorological mess of metaphysics and masculinity that merged to make a monsoon of madness. Also known as the shitstorm. By Corporeal Chaos Consulting. Get it? Corporeal Chaos? Shitstorm? No? Alright, no, you don't get it. It's fine. It's fine. Dawson's in the chat. What's up, y'all? I'm here for the shitstorm. You better be. Just like Castus, I hope you brought your umbrella with the holes in it. Maestro, no sound. Yeah, I know. That was me. I did that. But you got to hear the music. That's what I was going to say. If you tune in for the replay, just sit there for the 5 minutes, listen to the music, man. Get yourself in the mood. Y'all motherfuckers always so quick to jump to, I gotta get it quick and get it quick. Nah, that short attention span shit, kill it. Listen to the music, listen to the beat. Groove a little bit. You know? Morning to Leah Jenkins. Good morning, y'all. Alright, they got a few things in here coming up. I feel like I'm gonna rant a little more today. I just feel it in me. I had shit I wanted to say, and I didn't tell you it on Instagram Live. I didn't do it on Instagram Live. Decided to save it for the show. So y'all gonna get that shit. But before we start anything, somebody play that beautiful intro. It's me. I'm somebody now. I'm somebody. I used to be nobody. I'm somebody now. Y'all check it out. Yes. I work hard to get the music on here, man. Listen to the music. Take 5 minutes. It's 5 fucking minutes. You about to sit here for an hour and listen to the shit. Take 5 minutes. Just chill for a minute. Like, motherfuckers are so quick to try and get to the next place you're trying to go. What you gonna do when you get there? The same thing again? Try and get to the next place real quick? What's the point? Slow down. Just because you've seen something before, I already seen this, I can never look at it again. Who are you people? Yes, I'm somebody now, Castus. During the Great Ninja War, I was nobody. I'd have told you that myself, but now I'm somebody. The war's over. It's a different time. But yeah, just because you looked at some shit before, don't mean you gotta never look at it again. Oh, I've gotten everything I can get from this. No, wrong. Go back and look at it with different eyes. Go back and revisit the things you've done before. I don't know this idea that you gotta move so quick and get to the next thing. Be the person who finally gets it all. Like, you wouldn't be moving so fast if you weren't convinced that you really don't get it. And it's okay. You gotta be there, man. I don't get none of this shit, man. This shit's confusing. I need some guidance. Be there. Don't just be the nigga solo dolo out here. Oh, look at me. I'm the nigga in the front. Can't wait till the homies see me. No, that's not what this is about. That's not what this shit is about. As a matter of fact, man, I got a couple things I want to talk about with what this shit ain't about, man. These niggas is out here hard. Chippy too drippy, first time in the shit show. Great energy. Hopefully the energy gets progressively more shitty for you. But yeah, anyway, like I like to start this out, y'all. And today is gonna be I feel the manliness in this show. All right, I feel the manifestation in this show. Okay, so we're gonna start out with a deity that I really like, y'all. Y'all check me out. Bobby Hemmett had his libations, spitting liquor everywhere. I got spotlight on spirit. Okay? This is how we started out. We're going to start out with the spirit because y'all motherfuckers don't get it. And it's okay. Because you're going to get it eventually. It's okay. It's okay. All right, here we go. Mesopotamia is said to be, by some, the birthplace of civilization. As with any collection of peoples upon the planet, they had various deities to describe their reality. Today, I ask the question, who is Nergal? Nergal is the Mesopotamian god of death, pestilence, plague, and the lord of the underworld. Looking a bit closer though, Nergal has a taste for specifically inflicted death, being a deity of pestilence and plague. In this respect, he has a connection to war and gods of war. He is said to accompany the king into battle and personally deliver death to the enemy. In some cases, the dominion over the underworld was bestowed upon him by his parents, both Enlil and Ninlil. He was believed to decide the fates of the dead, much like his father Enlil, who decided the fates of the living. Another tale says that he was doomed to stay in the underworld for breaking one of its taboos on sexual intercourse. Even so, he was also viewed as a lord of peace, seeing as how his fearsome nature was a considerable deterrent to both enemies and unwanted spirits alike. Nergal's role as a war deity lent to him various weapons. Among these weapons, a mace that had 3 lion-shaped heads on it that could talk. He tended to be associated with lions and bulls alike, both of which are masculine symbols of strength. Equally, he can be attributed to the planet Mars, which symbolizes both the masculine concept and war. Much like the Satan of Christian depictions of hell, Nergal is generally seen as being surrounded by demons as he watches over the occupants of the underworld. As a superior demonic figure of pestilence, he is in command if and when destruction is called for. It is his personal skill to decimate anyone and enjoys having demons devour someone at his command. In the epic tale of Era and Isham, where Nergal plays the role of Era as the god of destruction, in the midst of a waning in his recognition, Nergal is enticed to set out on a campaign to revitalize the knowledge of his influence and his power. Finding within himself a state of inertia, the Lord of the Underworld felt compelled to counter it. His great weapons urged him on in this endeavor to start a war campaign, while his servant and vizier, known as Isham, bade he do the opposite. Ignoring the latter, Nergal set out to regain respect in the eyes of humans and all alike. Setting Babylon as his first goal and using his demonic trickery, he fooled the once great Marduk, who had now grown old and past his prime, convincing Marduk to leave his post in the temple and leave the world at the mercy of Nergal and his attempts to begin his siege of war and chaos. He fails in this attempt, however, because the heroic Marduk returns too soon from having been fooled to leave his post. Marduk gave a long speech to Nergal, where he promises to give the other gods a reason to remember Nergal and all his power and might. Not to mention, his vizier, Isham, continued to dissuade Nergal from waging his campaign of war and chaos. Nergal, however, is not convinced. With his acts of chaos escalating more and more, and Marduk having to leave and return to his post more often to deal with that chaos, Nergal had begun to gain ground in his endeavors. Countless humans were slaughtered, and disorder was the order of the day. So much so that Nergal decides to take on the cosmic order itself as his next goal. Isham is eventually able to quell the warring bloodlust of Nergal, however, by starting his own war. Isham sets out at the source of Nergal's chaos, finally getting into the spirit of war and bloodshed for himself. This grabbed Nergal's attention, and that of the other gods as well. Nergal calmed his own fighting as Isham came to a close on his own war. Nergal ordered his vizier to spread the word of not only Nergal's rampaging upon the world, but the grace of Isham that had eventually calmed the Lord of the Underworld. Assyrian documents of the first millennia BCE describe Nergal as a benefactor of men, one who hears prayers, restores the dead to life, and protects agriculture and flocks. There is also mention that he was one of the most common idols of the ancient Phoenicians, both the Indians and Persians alike. With roots like these stretching so far back into the history of man, it's best to do some of your own research as well. Louis. Nice to see you in the chat, sir. What's up? Zohan, was Nergal in any movies? He sounds familiar. Look, these guys either never die or just change over to a different form. So, like I said in the end, do a little bit of research. The things that you're drawn to will show you what you need. I'm telling you. I remember when I first started getting into occult shit, man. Drove myself nuts doing research on things. But just dig in. I'm telling you. Nergal, the main reason I chose Nergal is because he's a benefactor of men. And so dig into it. Like, even if you don't go do no research, just take what you got so far and tap into it for real. Like, we've already had a consultation. Tap into it. Maestro, they had Nergal and Billy and Mandy. Look, I can see that shit. I can see that shit. Cast a spell. He reminds me of Babalu. Yeah, he does kind of remind me of Babalu. Aside from the well, no, I'm thinking of Osiris. I'm not thinking of Babalu. I'm thinking of Osiris. But Babalu, now that I think Babalu, the pestilence, most certainly. Yes, the pestilence. X Thunder, what's up? Nice to see you in the chat, man. Yo, yeah, like I'm telling Zohan, man, y'all gotta tap into this shit. And you gotta do it honestly, wholeheartedly, for real. Okay? Like I've watched some of these other people who talk left-hand path. And they out the side of their neck talking about, the thing we're gonna work with, this is dangerous. No, this is serious shit. Oh, you gotta be careful with this. Like, okay. I'm not gonna say it's all negative. I'm not gonna say it's all wrong. But this is what I will say. So the fuck, what if it's dangerous? Where the fuck you think you... Left-hand path. Stop being scared. Stop pushing, oh, this is serious. Oh, I got some blood magic and necromancy. Oh. Necromancy? So spooky ancestor work. Come on, man. Push the limits on this shit. You never know how far you can go unless you risk going too far. If you're not willing to risk going too far, go back to Jesus. Go fucking back to Jesus, man. Like, look, I was on Instagram the other day. And I didn't want to put this on live on Instagram. I want to save it for the show. Even though it bothers me to no end. So, I'm watching these two people do it live, right? I'm gonna call them D Money and Head Wrap. All right, D Money and Head Wrap, because they have on a ridiculous head wrap. But anyways, now I'm not gonna lie. Especially D Money, like, these dudes was well read. They was well read in different occult texts. You know, you could tell just from listening that they were in the books. Okay, and D Money, he had mentioned that he had just recently did a group healing ritual that involved Lucifer. All right, so I'm thinking, okay, all right, these guys, they got a little darkness here, a little darkness there. They seem like they're trying to tap into this shit, right? Scary as fuck. They'll go to the door, peek in. Oh, guys, this is dangerous in here. I don't want to talk about this for anybody else. I don't want you guys to experience what I've gone through. like, look, check this out. D Money, he did this intonation. If you don't know what an intonation is, it's like where you use the vibration of your voice to as the mechanism. You know, they'll do the like if you ever heard those like what white people do in church. You know, when they have the big cathedral and they all sing this really um monotone kind of way, but it's about the sound of vibration. Anyways, it was a 3-step intonation, right? He did the first 2 on live. You know, he performed it. You know, let everybody see. But then he was like, the third part is too dangerous. I can't open it up. I can't unlock it. And I'm sitting there in the chat the whole time, like, nigga, do it. Do it. How the fuck you gonna open the door and then not come in? What the fuck that? It's 3 parts and you're gonna do the first 2 and then chicken out. Fuck out of here. They was gonna act like they couldn't see me in the chat. They read a couple of my chats at first, then they just stopped. Fuck out of here. And this nigga head rap. Oh my god. Okay, so look, his shit was he had a little succubus running around in his psyche. He tapped into that. He had just come back from a whole bunch of stressful stuff going on in his life, and he was like, you know, he needed some energy, so he was gonna feed off of one of these dark things. So he got to dealing with a succubus, and this motherfucker, once again, he went to the door, looked in, and didn't go inside. He was feeling so conflicted about going back and dealing with the succubus. Because at first, the succubus was trying to pull on him. But, you know, he stood his ground. And eventually, this bitch is begging for dick. She's begging for it. Aching. And he's like, damn, she really wants to get with me. And I'm like, give her that divine dick. Quit playing. No, man. That's dangerous, man. You can't really play around with these things. Nigga, you already playing around. Do something, man. Y'all motherfuckers will sit here and you act like, hey, I'm into spookiness, but you're not. You're not. It's another aesthetic, man. Got all the tattoos, got the smooth tarot cards out. Like, y'all niggas are steady performing your spirituality. Steady performing this shit. That's the spell like monks. Right hand path like monks. How you talking about? These are some cold names you gave. Yeah, man, because I try to do the messenger, not the message thing. And I didn't want to just stick with Brandon's. Because I'll make everybody a fucking Brandon. These motherfuckers was, and I don't want to downplay the fact that these dudes had read some of the books and even started doing some of the work. Like, I don't want to downplay that. But balls to the wall. You need to be in the thing balls deep. Fuck. Get in there, man. Quit playing with the shit. Rolled the blunt and didn't smoke it. Hell yeah. There we go, Louie. Rolled the blunt and didn't smoke it. Rolled the blunt and didn't smoke it. Like, come on. Like, how would you feel? Somebody come to your door, knocking on your door. You open the door. They just look in like, oh, like, nigga, who are you? Are you supposed to be here? What's going on? Why am I, you playing with my door? What's going on? Like, I could feel, like, I was pissed at the fact that he did not do the third intonation. I was pissed. Like, nigga, say my name. How you gonna start it off and then don't finish it? What the fuck you think this is? Man, please. Oh, I can't really mess with the succubus. The bitch is already begging for you. Lean in. Do this shit for real. Y'all motherfuckers out here, man, I'm telling you. Check that scary shit. Somebody telling you the shit they working with, this is super powerful and this is dangerous. Nigga, shut up. I'm gonna do it twice. In your face. Fuck that shit, man. Y'all can't be scared of this stuff. You can't be scared of this stuff. You gotta go all the way or go home. Go all the way or go home, okay? Real shit. Where am I at? Oh, man, I'm already 24 minutes. Goddamn, talking my ass off. It's cool. Now this next segment I want to get into, we're gonna sprinkle a little bit of the masculinity on here, man, guys. Okay. No, I want to talk about it a little bit before. Because there's a lot of guys who get into this. We'll call it red pill knowledge. Okay, this knowledge of masculinity, and they don't come back. They don't come back, man. They get hit so hard with the reality of what they've been doing, what they've done to themselves, and they don't know how to recover. Zohan said, if you don't think I'm talking to you, I'm definitely talking to you. I hate to have that saying running rampant in my psyche, but it's needed. Yes, if you a motherfucker, when I said some shit and you like, he ain't talking about me, or you did some shit like, oh, I know who he talking about. He talking about that other mother. No, I most certainly, if you did either of those things, I'm most certainly talking about you. I'm most certainly talking about you. You need to be able to have the capacity to take whatever the fuck somebody say and actually filter it through you. Don't sit there, oh, man, he said something negative. I'm about to go in on his ass. How dare you say that about me? I'm powerful. Spooky. Hey, get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck, like, when somebody says some shit to me, especially if it's some shit I don't like, I'm looking to see where it's right. That way, okay, this is the little thing he was right about. Okay, let me go ahead and admit to that and then slay it. Because, I mean, motherfuckers, you're trying not to find these things, and that's why you can't figure this shit out. The only thing this shit is dangerous to is your human personality. That's it. There's nothing else that this shit is dangerous to. What the fuck is you? What the fuck is you? This shit ain't about raising human consciousness. My higher and lower self. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Because if you got your higher and lower self, what's yourself? Human personality again. Human personality. You didn't do anything else. You just sprinkled a new fancy word on top of it. Fuck. Anyways, guys will get into this masculinity shit, man. And you know, the reason there's so many masculine dudes, guys talking masculinity popping up, first and foremost, it's been shunned. It's been shunned. It's all been categorized as misogyny. And if you have somebody saying misogyny out the side of their neck and they don't know what misandry is, they're a bigot. They're a bigot. They're a bigot, and they're, what's the word I want? A hypocrite. A hypocrite. All right, just so you know, because this is going to be the first installment for the series of managing misandry. Misandry is the feminine version of misogyny, and most of these bitches is misandrous. They literally hate men. Like you can actually listen to the things they say, and they'll say, "I hate men." Like, dudes ain't out here saying I hate women. They have their issues, but they're not saying I hate women. They're not imagining worlds with no women. Like, what kind of gay shit is that? We don't do that. We don't do that. Anyways, yeah, they'll get into this masculine stuff and they'll get lost. Generally in the community, they call them black pillars, or I wouldn't necessarily say MGTOW is like that. Men go in their own way, MGTOW. But there's the doom pill, the black pill. The guys who hit that thing and they're just like, man, I can't do any of this. I'm doomed. I'm lost. We're all lost. There's no hope, and they fuck off, and they just get mad, and they're looking for vengeance. Okay, I get there are guys like that. Generally, in the natural order of things, when we had our cultures and traditions, dude like that, if he couldn't rise to the occasion, he was out. They got rid of him. You don't get nothing. You gone, dude. I remember in that movie 300, like the baby came out, he didn't look perfect, killed the nigga. Because that's the breeding stock of the future. So yeah, but all these motherfuckers are around still. All right? Because everybody's important. Everybody's equal. Whatever the fuck. But look, managing misandry is mostly about, for me anyways, for me, when I'm talking about managing misandry, is about making sure you as a male aren't doing that girly shit. You can't stop women from doing what they do. And if you're trying to, you're barking up the wrong tree. All right? But look, I'm going to jump into the segment real quick, and we're going to continue, okay? Don't believe me, just fucking watch. Here we go. In a very basic sense, the word hypergamy is the term used to describe female mating strategy. Not only in Homo sapiens, but also in a variety of cases where the mating pressures for females are similar. For now, keeping this to Homo sapiens, here's my question to start us off. Should you as a male be worried about hypergamy? Hypergamy is composed of two root words. The prefix hyper, which means either emotionally stimulated or overexcited, as well as the suffix gamy, which is used to form nouns that describe marriage, fertilization, pollination, and reproduction. with females overwhelmingly ruling the domain of reproduction and being emotion-centric. This term is quite fitting. In practice, hypergamy is the tendency for females mating within their own social strata to look for mates that are at the very least equal to their perceived status or well above their own. Once again, seeing as how females have a strong tendency to be emotion-centric as opposed to ration-centric, the details on what makes someone above her own status or what her own status even is are not based on rational logic, but emotional logic. The natures of both males and females have many predictable and consistent outcomes. They may not apply to every single individual in every single instance, but that point is moot. By moot, I mean irrelevant, besides the point. Inconsequential. But why do I say that? Because generalizations have utility. Here, think about it like this. I can safely say that plants are green. Yes, there are some plants with parts that are not green in specific cases. However, the vast majority of plants are so consistently green in general that to suggest otherwise is disingenuous at some point. Plants are green. The sky is blue. Every and all the time? No, obviously not. Consistent enough, however, that to ignore that consistency would be equally as disingenuous towards honesty as an outright lie. Tracking consistent and predictable outcomes is the basis of any scientific method or analysis. Generalizations have their utility. Generally, people who are trying to avoid generalizations are trying to avoid themselves being categorized. With the nature of hypergamy in mind, some of the results we see today are quite consistent and predictable, more especially due to the fact of how much information we now have available to us. About 80% of the female population is only interested in about the top 20% of the male population, regardless of her social or economic status. This dynamic usually sets up most females with a floor on their attraction. Said differently, males generally do not have a floor on their attraction, and females consistently do. That alone explains most of these trends. Also, let's not forget, with females being emotion-centric, whether or not this makes rational sense in terms of her own status is of no importance. What she wants to feel is what will motivate her. And that's not a bug in the system, it's a feature. Extra evolutionary baggage, if you will. But I think it goes deeper than that. Naturally, the grand majority of women are average at best. Now, this is what average means. So rationally, it's not an insult. However, when considering themselves, no woman wants to feel as though she's average. Why? Because it doesn't support the emotional narrative. The idea that her youth and sexual agency are evergreen and will last forever. Said differently, it doesn't support the idea that she will forever have the same options she had when she was young. Remember, women's agency peaks when they're young. Males, if they rise to the occasion of their burden of performance and succeed, their agency peaks later in life, although for much longer. A more pertinent point in all this is asked with this question: should we expect any less? The answer to that is no. Women will be women, and our goal is not to make women into what men are, but to learn their nature as well as our own. That way, we do not unintentionally begin acting like women, or begin expecting things from women that they cannot and will not give us. So, what does this mean for the remaining 80% of men who don't make it into the initial running? Not to mention the top 20% of men who may not realize the dynamics of the game being played, all of whom may inevitably end up confused about the results that they receive. Said differently, is hypergamy something that most men should be concerned about? Hypergamy is a good thing to be aware of, most certainly. However, it is not a hindrance to your ability to progress. Here's why. Once men can pass through their emotion-centered stance about the effects of hypergamy and the irrational natures of women, many things begin to become clear. Firstly, most women do not possess the opportunity nor the capacity to capitalize on hypergamy to the degree that their ovaries would evolutionarily want them to do. Said differently, most women are average at best and will receive average outcomes, regardless of their expectations. Not only that, although a woman's ovaries drug her into wanting to capitalize on hypergamy when and if she can, that must also contend with the reality of her position in life. Whether or not she agrees she deserves what she gets in life, or can be convinced by the ration of a male, is of no concern to reality. Don't save her. Save yourself. Second, and like I mentioned before, women's opportunity to capitalize on hypergamy hits hard and it hits fast. Said differently, women peak earlier and for a considerably shorter time than men do. Now yes, men do peak later in life, but those that do so for a considerably longer time. What does this mean? It means that the amount that you can receive for rising to the occasion of masculinity and succeeding will always be much more than she can attain in her short-lived peak in her youth. We as males deal with our rejection on the front end. Females, however, must learn to deal with rejection on the back end. Therefore, and to be blunt about it, risk taking an L or agree to never be in the runnings. If you find yourself outside of the runnings, it's not because females have done something or are a certain way. You agreed to take that L. Do so without spite or resentment towards the other side, because it's not their issue, it's yours. The final and most important factor that men can utilize is that of our own ration-centric mentality. Fuck your feelings. I get you feel them and feel them, but the only way through is through. Difficult tasks that you must complete will routinely not feel good. For a male, this is no reason not to do them, regardless of whether or not the odds are against you. The path forward is to inventory the hurdles to come and plan out your next move. The tiger doesn't complain that the deer is too fast or jumps too high or even hears too well. It's in the deer's best interest to have those abilities and to do that. What the tiger does is that it shapes its life towards its best interest, and that is what I am suggesting. Not to sacrifice your own needs for those of women and children. Fuck them. This is for you, regardless of whether or not you want to take up the mantle of being a family man, a husband, a father, or any of those things. Before you can ever do those, you have to do this. What will stop a female right in her hypergamous tracks is the same thing that will move her from branch to branch. Her genuine desire for a male will not only move her from wherever it is she finds herself to be, but will keep her in that position long beyond the benefits to herself. Learning to cultivate your woman's genuine desire for you will get you much further than expecting her to be less affected by her genuine desire for someone else, if she even has it. Cultivating that genuine desire will get you much further than feeding her a line of ration and logic. Understand their nature and use it to your best advantage. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. I'll say it once again. Take hypergamy as a given and use its nature against it. Your nature is evolved to do just that, if you will but step to the challenge openly and honestly, not from an emotion-centered stance. Leave that to the women. This isn't meant to be an easy task. This isn't a gotcha battle where you can somehow get revenge on women for not doing what you think or feel is best for them to be doing, or to even have them admit to being wrong and concede to your rational ideas or policies on how life should go. It is what it is. As much as it may damage us, it most certainly damages them more, just in different areas of their life. The task for a male in life is to build and develop himself into having worth and value. for a woman. She comes with it. So her task is maintaining that. If she's not up to the challenge of maintaining the thing that you want, don't deal with her. There are plenty of females on the planet. To the degree to which they most certainly cannot come back from the damage they've inflicted on themselves, you, however, can most certainly not only come back, but rise to the occasion of being the total package and surpass anything she could hope to ever be. I don't say that to motivate you, to feel good. Fuck your feelings. It's simple ration and logic. Men get better with age, and there are always new 23 or 26-year-olds coming into play. Mostly, it depends on whatever the hell you want, what you're looking for, but you have to be honest with yourself about that. As author Rollo Tomasi says, and I'd agree with, hypergamy is not a straitjacket. Smooth. Yeah, shout out to Rollo Tomasi, man. If you never read The Rational Male or checked out his series, he's even got a YouTube channel. Check him out, man. It's that and the Black Phillip Show. I always recommend those two. But anyway, I'm thinking whether or not I want to tell this story or I want to get into the topics that I want to get into surrounding this masculinity thing. Because like I was saying, man. Also, Maestro, see you later, sir. And Lonnie, glad you could make it. Welcome, sir. If it's first time in here, I'm Arius Bookman, the Duke of Darkness, and we doing it big. It's Monday morning, you know the forecast. Anyways, yeah, the reason you're starting to see so many males pop up with this, all right, is nature initiates girls into womanhood. Okay, men initiate boys into manhood. All right, you don't become a man because you can skeet out your dick. All right, it's as simple as that. Other men do it, and because we don't have a particular set culture or tradition to do it anymore, it's necessary. All right, and so there's going to be chaos. Chaos is going to ensue, more especially because the old order contracts have been dissolved. What used to be acceptable is no longer acceptable. It's a whole new game out here. And not only is it a whole new game, nobody told men. In fact, men were told the opposite. Hey, keep playing this old game. Hey, keep doing these old things. This is what you're supposed to do. It's a whole new game out here, okay? It's a whole new game. Oh yeah, cutting it up, man. Cutting it up. All right, look, I'm getting to this fucking story because this shit's been bothering me for like 2 weeks. Easy. All right, look, black man, all right? I love the idea of save yourself, black man. The name of the title sounds perfect. I love it. Save yourself, black man. Save yourself. Here's my issue. And it's not even all of them. It's one particular group. It's usually the dating aspect of the shit. Okay, I'm looking on Instagram and I see this one dude's page. He's talking about save yourself, black men, and black men date the world. That's what it was. Black men date the world. And I'm like, okay, I can see that. But the only thing this nigga had on there was pictures of niggas and white girls. Come on, bro. Like, I knew the nigga was full of shit immediately when I commented on the shit. I was like, okay, well, what's up with all the white girls? And he's like, oh, first of all, this nigga called me a fellow necro sage. What the fuck is that? Get the fuck out of here, man. I was like, no, I don't want that. I don't want that. And I proceeded to tell him basically, like, look, black men, you say black men date the world. What's with the white girl thing, man? Don't use this shit as a justification to pipe white girls so that you can get back at black women. That's not the game. Like, where the Hispanic girl at? Where the Asian girl at? Indian is Asian? What's going on? What's with the snow bunnies? Because real shit, bro, like, I get it. I look at the save yourself, black man, and I see all these ridiculous black women who are just off the wall. And he asked the other black one about it. She's like, well, I don't know anybody like that. Like, nobody give a fuck who your personal friend group is. You're not on trial for your friend group. Look at the whole collective. Because black men, we judge by the whole collective. All right, you can sit here and say, oh, this is identity politics. No, no, because race was around before identity politics. Everybody jump on everybody jump on whatever the fuck black folk been doing to try and get ahead. Just like the whole paradigm or the framework for anybody's protest is based on black people protesting in the civil rights era. There's nobody who does a protest and they don't do it with that framework. All right, so there's nobody who gets behind an aspect of an identity that doesn't do it like black people have done race. All right, and you see, once again, because I can go back and forth with you about what blackness is. All right, where race comes from, why it's still here, and how it functions as whiteness. I go back and forth on you all day, but keep it simple, common parlance. As a black man, look, this ain't about. First of all, it's not about getting back at black women. All right, we're gonna show them. Look, I'm gonna go pipe this snow bunny. Dude, stop. That's so dangerous. That's so dangerous. You just look at the history behind that shit. Bro, it's so dangerous. Chill out. And then what you really want to be doing is getting away from women who are trapped in the Western mindset. So you just fed yourself a different, it's the same dish with a different color. Like, chill out, bro. You didn't do anything. See, there's so many guys who get into this, and I get it. Like, when it first hits, it hurts. You feel betrayed. You feel let down. You know, you're sitting here and you're working to rise to the occasion of masculinity, and then you look to see what's at the prize desk, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, imagine like you at Chuck E. Cheese or some shit, and you hitting the little game, right? Boom, boom, getting them tickets. Yeah, start getting them tickets. And you look over at the little prize desk, and the prizes look like shit. I get it. It's irritating. It's fucking annoying. But it's only that because of what your expectations are, dude. And the planet is a big place. There are a lot of women. All right, like almost 99% of women you'll see are not worth your time. Just say it. They're not even worth your time in terms of investing long term. So don't even worry about the shit. Like, there's so many who they're in a scarcity mindset, and they don't know what to do, and they think they're going to get back at women. This is not a game where you get back at women. They don't get it. It's like trying to get back at your kid for getting in the van with the puppies and candy. Of course they got into the van with the puppies and candy. That's what they do. They don't know no better, and you getting back at them ain't going to be effective. This shit, and with managing misandry, it's about comprehending their nature and ours so that you're not doing their fucked up shit and that you can move accordingly. Because real shit, boom, the prize desk has all erasers. Hell yeah, all erasers and fucking juice cups. Like, get the fuck out of here. I got all these tickets. I don't want that shit. I don't want that shit. Like, this bitch twerking all over everything. What the fuck going on? The whole neighborhood? The whole neighborhood? And that's supposed to be... Oh, man. God damn it. God damn it. Let's look, man. It's serious shit. I get it. I'm not trying to downplay the necessity of wanting to find somebody to be with, and they're up to a certain, par. But this is what I really want to convey, is that you're not going to find a turnkey woman. You're not going to find a woman that's just like, oh, man, she's so different from all the other women. She's just above all this stuff. No. You have to come into this knowing I'm going to be building him from the ground up. I wish a motherfucker would have told me. Fuck, no one told me. Hell, the motherfuckers who were supposed to tell me didn't know themselves. You have to be able to build her from the ground up. Why? When we used to have the old traditions and cultures, they built the woman for you. She spent her whole adolescence being built from the ground up. Not only being instructed, but she had a whole community of other women who were doing the same thing. Women do the same things. They copy each other. When they're trying to figure out what they're supposed to do, when they don't have a man, they copy each other. Once she got a man, she's going to copy you. This is what they do. They replicate. The feminine is the archetype that replicates. The masculine is the archetype of perfection, and the child is the archetype of that perfection replicated. It's simple shit, man, but you can't expect from women stuff they can't give you. Stuff they're never going to give you. So man, I hit this nigga up on the Save Yourself Black Man thing, and he just started going off. Quit dick policing. Dick policing? Dude, go do what you want to do with your dick, but don't tarnish the idea of Save Yourself Black Man and reduce it to fucking snow bunnies. Haha, look at this, black women. I don't need all you. All you are the same. No, all women are the same. I don't care what color, what skin color, what race. They're all the same. They do the same fucking things. And the issue isn't they're doing the same thing. The issue is you don't know what to do about it. That's the issue. What you need to be doing is not only building your philosophy for yourself, but if you're going to include women in it, make sure you set it up. Make sure you set it up to include that. It's like you have a farm and you're going to go get some cows, but you never consider what a cow needs to be on your farm. So you get the cow and the cow start fucking up your farm. That's not the cow's fault. That's yours. Because you didn't know what the fuck you was getting into. And I get it. Nobody told me. Same shit with the occult shit. Of course nobody told you. They don't know. They're not supposed to know. You need to know. Got to get into it, man. This shit ain't difficult. It's just not obvious. All right, and no one's telling you. Once again, like I said, women peak early, man. They peak early and they peak fast. They peak early and they peak fast. Guys peak late, but we peak longer in our life. All right, it's because I can go on and on and on and on and on about it. Because it's serious shit, man. Like I had to purge so much of my old self and still do. This shit ain't easy. It don't tickle, and women aren't going to get it. Just like kids aren't going to get the shit parents have to do. They're never going to get it. Yeah, you're lucky if your kid ever grows up to be like, damn, man, I was a dick. Like, look what I did to my parent. My parent had to go through all this stuff. You're lucky if you got that kind of kid. It's not common, all right? It's not common. All right, let me get into the next segment. I'm going to take it back to the metaphysics a little bit, and we're going to talk about how the hell do you travel in different dimensions? I hear people talk about the dimension shit all the time. All the time. Oh, man, I was in this dimension and something from this dimension came. Well, how does that even work? How does that even work? I'm going to talk about it a little bit. I'm going to dip into it. I'm going to show just the tip. Just put just the tip in there. Just the tip. No. Okay. I'm being a dick. All right. Don't believe me, just watch. We have all heard about dimensions and stories about going to various dimensions. So, I gotta know, how do you travel to other dimensions? In general, if you've been exploring the occult and spiritual communities, not to mention, in certain respects, the mainstream as well, you will have heard claims and tales of navigating other dimensions. I've heard a few things myself. Some claims that all of us, or maybe a select few, have shifted into the fifth dimension from the third dimension. Or information that states that there are other beings that live in other dimensions, characterized by either being higher or lower dimensions, that you can go and interact with, or that want to interact with you. Whether through a specific meditation, or because maybe you took a sacred psychedelic drug that alters your perception. Maybe that specific person has a vibrational frequency that's different from others. Or you're involved in some type of a cosmic bloodline. So, how do we know if this is or isn't the case? Simple, really. What we need to do is explore what exactly a dimension is. This is a great place to start in determining how we interact with such, more especially because this type of information is beginning to leak into the mainstream, and we all know how the mainstream has a tendency to get things wrong. So, let's jump in and see what we can find. To begin with, the most common misconception that I hear is that a dimension is a place. This is false. Dimensions are not places. Full stop. A dimension is an aspect or an element of a thing. Better yet, whenever you're talking about dimensions, it's a discussion of extent and scope of perception. Even if you're one of the people who use the word dimension in describing some higher level of existence or awareness, still, That is a discussion of extent and scope of perception. Dimensionality begins in the primordial realm and extends by unfolding, thereby creating more dimension to itself. The dimensions are not places. They are aspects of the larger object being referenced, and generally describe the scope and perception of the observer. Here, look at it this way. If you were to begin with a square, because, as we know, a point has no dimension, and a line has only one dimension. A square can be said to have two dimensions. Those dimensions are not places. They are a description of scope and extent in relation to the empty space upon which they exist. Take this image, for example. Two angles of perception on the same object. One position perceives a line, the other perceives a point. The difference in their perception is an issue of dimension, not location. Why? Not only are they sharing the same location, but by perceiving different aspects of the same thing, one position sees a point which has no dimension, and the other position sees a line which has one dimension. So, now that we have a bit of a grasp on what a dimension is, I'm going to jump to the biggest misconception I hear and far too often. That misconception is that the physical world is the third dimension. This is false, and I'll tell you why it's false. The physical world is experienced three-dimensionally. I won't deny that. However, to say that it is the third dimension is to imply that dimensionality begins in the physical realm. As we all know, the physical world is the residue of a larger process. Said differently, the physical world is the end result of something and cannot be where dimension begins. Once again, dimension begins in the primordial realm and extends by unfolding, thereby creating more dimension to itself. The dimensions are not places. They are aspects of the larger object being referenced and generally describe the scope of perception on the observer. The physical world has the appearance of three dimensions. However, we experience it in at least 5 dimensions. When you take not only the 3 dimensions of the appearance of physical forms themselves, but that of time and then that of the perceiver, that's 5. Just like a tetrahedron or pyramid shape. 4 points on the bottom, 1 point at the top. If a square has 2 dimensions and a cube has 3, then dimensions are not places. Therefore, a dimension is not a place to go or to get to, nor is it based in physical reality. Might I remind you that you cannot study the occult like you study for school. You cannot seek to be right and claim that you get this based upon how you feel. You must seek to find where you are wrong, and to do that, you must challenge all that you think that you know. Challenge it so vehemently that you risk destroying your own beliefs and understanding. If this was simply about feeling good about what it is you think, you could have stuck with Jesus. Lean in to the possibility of having been wrong. That way your conceptions have integrity when you find them to be correct. Hell yeah, Cass, it's got them educational diagrams in that thing. You don't know what I'm talking about? If you don't know what I'm talking about, you about to know. Mashar, good to see you in the chat, man. Good to see you in the chat. Maintain your frame while letting them do what they do. Oh, man. Bruh. I'm going back. I'm going back to it. Look, Mashar, you brought me back to it, man. I can't even be mad. I can't even be mad. Look, yeah, if you can't change what they do, you can't. I already said this. It's felt masculine today. It felt masculine today. I'm the only motherfucker putting the man back in manifestation. Y'all niggas talk this spiritual shit, just want to get feminized. Fuck out of here. They aren't the issue. They do what they do. They move emotionally based on how they feel, not what's going on. You don't change what they do. You change how you approach the entire situation. Just like I made the analogy with the tiger and the deer. The tiger don't sit there and have a discussion and meeting, with the deer. Deer, it'd be more effective for the entire ecosystem if you just, maybe jumped less. I didn't run as fast. Maybe couldn't hear me all the time. It'd be better for the whole ecosystem because we could all, and the deer just run off. Fuck that shit. Why the fuck would it do that? Why the fuck would it do that? You need to understand its nature. And not only that, understand your own nature so that you can put yourself in your best position. Like, this ain't for all guys, man. This ain't for all guys. Like I said before, with the old traditions and cultures, there were some men who did not make it. If you didn't make it, you were gone. You were done. There was no hope for you, and everybody knew it. Maybe you can go somewhere else. Maybe if they had the option where you weren't just outright killed, you can go to some other village and become a man, Or maybe you just you just stay a boy your whole life and everybody know you a boy. It's now we have a place where there's no objective ideas about this thing. And the reason there's no objective ideas about it is because you allow females to define things. And they're not defining them rationally. They're defining them emotionally. This is why they're not going to make an objective decision about what a woman is. Because as soon as you say what it is, then you can attack it. Oh, no, you can't really define what a woman is. Okay, but you're a woman. Of course. How'd it work? Well, everybody can choose to be whatever they feel like whenever they feel like it. No. It doesn't make sense. And I'm not even going to say it doesn't make sense. It's not rational. It's not rational. Okay, there's a sense behind it because you got to look behind what they're saying. The medium is the message. Like dudes will get in here, especially some of the young guys, and they'll be like, damn, look what she's doing. Look how women are. This is so crazy. And it's like, no, it only seems crazy based on what you expected, what you were told, what you think it should be, what a male's perspective is. Okay, everything they do is going to seem crazy to us, and vice versa. They look at us like, oh my God, how can y'all think like that? It's so insensitive. It's not dichotomous. It is dichotomous in a sense, but it's in the masculine and feminine sense, not male and female. The masculine and feminine sense is dichotomous, but it's not necessarily combative. It's not necessarily not contradictory. It's what is the word? Adversarial. There we go. The two are adversarial. Our two mating strategies, our two thinking strategies are adversarial. Hell yeah, Zohan, that beats hard. That's what the fuck I do, bruh. Anyways, I don't make the beats, but I fuck with niggas that make hard beats. Anyways, our mating strategies, our thinking patterns are adversarial. They're not the same. And they shouldn't be the same. There's no place where like I'll watch Kevin Samuels, and it's fun to watch sometimes, but the thing is, every single woman has the same idea. They have the same argument, and they're never listening to the logic of it. And it's not because they should. It's not because they should. Like, dudes come in here and they just, like some of these guys, they just want to feel vindicated. And I get wanting to feel vindicated, but that's not going to get you out of this thing. It's not going to get you past it. Because, oh, look at her. She's a stupid woman. She doesn't get the logic. Of course she doesn't get the logic. First of all, she was never taught the logic. And second of all, the logic don't mean nothing to them. It don't mean nothing to them. The feeling is what's going to get them. Like Zohan. Zohan, did you do what I tell you to do? Did you do what I tell you to do, man? See, man, I be telling y'all what. We get the consultation, I give you the homework. You got to do what I told you to do. Zohan, put it in the chat. Did you do what I tell you to do? You ain't got to tell them what I told you to do. But did you do it? Come on, man. Come on, man. You got to get out here and risk. That's the thing about masculinity. There's a burden of performance. We risk on the front end. They risk on the back end. All right? You got to get out there and risk it. If you don't risk, you get no reward. And when you end up with no reward, it's not because of the game. I get it. It don't feel good to have been wrong all this time and then find out, oh my God, this is women's nature. Because women don't want to hear about their nature. They just want to be natural. They want to do what they feel. They don't want to hear about how their feelings work or where it comes from or what the structure is behind all this. That shit's boring. It's boring. That's the ultimate sin for women. Don't be boring. Don't be boring. Boring is death for them. What you mean? No, you didn't. Come on, Zohan. Bruh. I'm telling you. Well, look, you got plenty of time. I'm going to say it like that because you're young. You got plenty of time. Bro, you got to get out here and risk it, man. Get out here and risk it. See what you going to get, bro. I'm telling you. Okay, let me get back to metaphysics a little bit. Marshall hit me with that thing, and I had to jump, had to chase it. You know, that's my triggered ass. I can't help it. I can, but I don't. Look, I'm not eating my kids right now. I'm being okay. I'm being all right. But look, this is the thing I want to say about the dimensions thing. Okay. You hear a lot of motherfuckers talking. You know, such and such about dimensions. Okay. Oh, it's got all kind of crazy shit. I even talked about it in the segment. People talking about, you know, the cosmic bloodline with aliens and stuff and dimensions. Like, you have no idea what you're talking about. Dimensions are a description of scope and extent. Period. All the time. These are not places. There's not things you travel to. There's not some place where some being or deity is that comes to you. People who think like that think the physical world is the third dimension. It's experienced three-dimensionally. It is not the third dimension. If you want to know how to interact with other dimensions besides this three-dimensional reality, not the third dimension, this three-dimensional reality, what is you? What is you? That's the key. What the fuck are you agreeing you is? What is you? Because there's only a certain part of you that's involved with this three-dimensional reality. And once you can break beyond that, once you do the go within, you can begin to tap into these things, all right? And once again, go within is not go within cells and melanin, some kind of kundalini oil, or the sun. Like fuck, that's so fucking dumb. Those things are physical world stuff. It's not go within. You have to go within the self. What is you? What do you mean when you say I, me, myself? If it's body or human personality, I can tell you the answer is wrong. It's wrong. If it's some other symmetry of space-time, some other physical world manifestation, it's wrong. It's not the North Star. You fucking idiots. I'm gonna go to the Aurora Boreas, and that's how you get away from the planet. No, fuck that shit. See, this is y'all's issue, man. Niggas love to just be able to talk. Be able to say whatever they want to say. Be able to communicate somebody. I see this other motherfucker on Instagram. God damn it. You niggas pose so fucking hard. It's always about performing your spirituality for somebody. Then look, there was a fucking a reflection of sunlight on his wall. And he's sitting there in the picture like, somebody tell me what this is. Oh God, I'm kind of freaked out. Nigga, it's sunlight. It's fucking sunlight. Like, what the Spirits are not things in the physical world. You're not going to see them with physical eyes. You're not. You can, what will happen is your psyche will map them onto the physical world because that's the only thing that you're paying attention to. They're not in the physical world. So y'all niggas don't live the physical life lucid. And niggas are so quick to perform and have a conversation with somebody about what they think they know. And because you don't know these things definitively, you'll take objective things and speak about them subjectively. And then take subjective things like spirits, kundalini, and chakras and speak about them objectively. Like, here's an example. The difference between objective and subjective. Y'all say shit like the government, the elites. These are objective things in reality, but you're speaking about them in a subjective manner. Because the police, subjective manner. Why? Because there are many different jurisdictions of police. The government. There's many different governments. So when you say the, which is singular, you're speaking about it subjectively because there's obviously many different governments. Y'all motherfuckers are lost in the sauce. And you're so convinced, this nigga talking about somebody else. Haha, I'm on Arius' team. I ain't got no team. I ain't got no team. Fuck. Look, in the segment of dimensions, all right? I'm showing you where it's going from the point to the line to the shapes. The triangle is the first shape. It composes all the shapes. What's changing? Remember, I keep asking you, what is you? In the diagram, when we're going from the point to the line to triangle, what is changing? It's not the points and the lines. Those are the effect of what is changing. What is changing is the empty space. What's changing is the empty space. What is you? Well, I'm a whole damn thing. I'm all these gods. Okay, well, how did that work? The empty space is what changes. It's not the points in the line are an after effect of this. It's the residue of that change. The empty space changes, boom. The after effect of that is the expression of a point. The empty space changes again. The after effect of that is a line segment. It's the space that's changing. The empty space that's changing. The infinite potential unexpressed. That's what's changing. It's not the residue. You motherfuckers get so caught up in the illusion. Oh, look at the physical world. I'm going to decode another movie. You only decode a movie if somebody encoded something. And if they encoded it for you, why do you even care? Why do you even care? Because you don't know what else to care about. God damn it. God damn it. And you want to be able to perform your spirituality for people. Hey guys, look at my yoga pose. Why don't you just do the yoga pose and not set up the camera, make sure the angle's right. Do the yoga pose. Do it. Hey, look at me guys, I'm meditating over here under a tree. Do you see me on Instagram? Who gives a fuck? Hey guys, look at this new book I bought. Get out of the spooky books. Get out of the spooky books. Fuck, man. Fuck. I have the book binding service. I sell books. I'm telling you, I'll cut into my own profits. Get out of the spooky books. Stop. Do the work. Get into what self is. That's what it is. Matter of fact, you just go back to Jesus and read Jesus books. No, that's just not real. Okay, well, what's real? Anunnaki Kundalini oil. Niggas are fucking stupid. You niggas are fucking stupid. It pisses me off. But it only pisses me off because I can relate to you. Like, look, with the metaphysical stuff and the masculinity stuff, I'm not some nigga who came out at birth knowing this shit. I'm not gonna tell you, hey, I always been that. I always been this way. Man, I always knew that. I always knew that. Hey man, I always kind of thought that. Fuck y'all niggas. I hate hearing y'all talk about that shit. Hey man, I always really thought that. No, you didn't. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That's y'all niggas' problem. That's why you never think I'm talking about you. Because you're so disassociated from what the fuck you used to be. You're trying so hard to prove to yourself that you're something different and you're not. And if you look at the fact that you're not, maybe you'd actually be able to be something different. But you don't want to look at it. You don't want to look at it. You want to show other niggas, perform other niggas. Hey guys, this is my daily work and I can put it on Instagram. If you can put it on Instagram, your work is shit. Your daily work is shit if you can post it on Instagram. Can you post anything non-physical on Instagram? No. I'm going to tell people my daily thoughts. Nigga, you got 200 followers. Don't nobody give a fuck. Out of the 200 followers you have, 100 are probably on Instagram often enough to see you. And then maybe 50 actually scroll through stories at all. And then out of those 50, maybe 25 actually watches everybody's stories. Get the fuck out of here. Who are you talking to? Who are you trying to convince? 25 people? No, you're trying to convince yourself. That's why you keep performing this shit for everybody. Trying to make sure everybody see you. Everybody know. Shut the fuck up. Everybody's right crap. Get the fuck out of here, man. If everybody's right, there's no value in being right. This is why you niggas have no idea what meaning is anything. Like, what does all this mean? And then you just reduce it to human consciousness. Oh, it's about raising human consciousness. I'm going to wake the planet. I'm going to wake people up. I'm going to raise the vibration. What's vibrating? I have a high vibration. What's vibrating? What is I? What is you? Oh, I have a high vibration. What's vibrating? Go ahead, name some other Western science piece of shit, right? Go ahead and name some other fucking description of Western science. See, this is the thing. Western science doesn't tell you what a thing is. It tells you how it behaves. It does not tell you what a thing is. It tells you how it behaves. If you want to figure out what something is, you need to get into philosophy. Metaphysics more especially. If you talk in metaphysics and you can't talk epistemology, ontology, and then methodology, boy, stop. You're not talking metaphysics. If you're talking about metaphysics, but you won't debate anybody, well, everybody's right, no. You're wrong. You're lying. It's performative. Because you want to show motherfuckers on Instagram your terrible mustache and your nasty dreads. Look at me, I'm doing the work. Do you see this bottle of pills I got? It's going to open up my pineal gland. It's another piece of fucking meat. It's flesh. Let me guess. A piece of flesh is what stopped the one thing that's everything from being what it is. No. You never left Kansas, Dorothy. You motherfuckers are off. You're off your fucking rocker, man. And you want to show me the little pill bottle in your Instagram story. Like, nigga, what? Hey, guys, tap into this. This is what I seen. This is what I seen. I'm going to say this before I get into the next segment about my experience of coming back to the left-hand path after I dropped off of everything and did my own research. This is what I seen on Instagram. Dude, right? And I stay on this motherfucking shit. It's funny to me when I start to see, I go and do the memes, I post my shit, and then I scroll. I scroll with YouTube too. Anyways, I see the motherfucker. And here's what he says. Something to the effect of, hey guys, I have a secret about your aura. Here's some secret knowledge. And okay, I'm like, oh, secret knowledge? Like, what are these niggas talking about? Like, okay. And I hit him in the comments. You know me. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna give you the smoke. I'm gonna ask what's going on. I'm like, okay, so what about it a secret? This nigga, oh, you know, I'm just saying secret. It's not really secret. Okay, so you lying to me or us? Really? You gonna have to, oh, you know, I'm just saying. What do you mean you just saying? You could have just not said that it was a secret. So y'all motherfuckers are quick to tell yourself you're tapping in. Quick to tell yourself you're getting it. You know why? Because it feels good to say you're getting it. It don't feel good to say, hey man, I'm still wrong. I done left Jesus, ran away from religion, and I'm still wrong. It don't feel good to say that. How do I know? I've been there. I've been there. Left the religion, jumped out of this stuff, started doing whatever the fuck else I could. Then when I realized I was running from religion and I was missing shit, had to stop and drop everything I was doing. All my meditations, all my studying, all the little books I was reading, dropped it. All the rituals I was doing, dropped them. The altar I had at the time, trashed it. Had to, because I missed something big. I'm sitting here running away from shit. And that's what the next segment is about. After I dropped everything and I went back and I started from scratch, all right, and I actually started to learn shit because I wasn't looking at somebody's description of a thing. I was looking at it within myself, all right. I even dropped all the Western science stuff, all the dark dunce shit. Fuck, man. Look, when I came back and I started to look at what other people were teaching in the left-hand path, that's what this shit is about. That's what this next segment is about. What it was like coming back and seeing the things that other people were talking about. All right, I'm going to get into the segment, man. Don't believe me, just watch. That's how your boy do it. What I found was a mess. The left-hand path had become limp and oddly conventional. Now, I saw others who seemed to have seen done for me, but as usual, there was still something off. Now, I'm going to sidetrack a bit, because all along my journey in the occult, I studied law. Not law school kind of law, that's procedure of law. I'm talking about philosophy of law, maxims of law, jurisdiction and jurisprudence, authority, sovereignty, contract. I learned how to tell when someone doesn't know what they're talking about, because I had to learn how to make sure I knew what I was talking about. And even when I lived in Mexico and had to get a hold on Spanish, that was the first time life taught me that I didn't really know English as well as I thought I had. Studying law put a nail in that coffin. When I got in there, I realized I never actually knew English. I spent most of my life babbling with other slaves who had been taught slave language. So I had to learn for real. And once I did, my entire comprehension of the subject changed. And that's the same thing that happened with the occult. The occult in general taught me that I didn't know. Metaphysics on the left-hand path taught me that I didn't have a hold on self. So I got one. And this is where I saw what was wrong. They had missed the subtlety of darkness. It had been all but forgotten. I say but forgotten because, well, I'm here. The subtlety of darkness. New Age doctrine with subtle human agreements was given a dark spin or angle. Saying the word shadow, chaos, or subconscious mind was enough to qualify as left-hand path. In fact, darkness amounted to simply a negative portrayal, and it lost its context with the absence of light, or as the precursor of light, in fact. Shadow work had become popular with not only the mainstream, but the occultists as well now, both dragging along, once again, subtle agreements to humanity. Most of them I got in the habit of calling left-hand light workers. Now, the panic pretenders, this was a whole nother class on its own. They'd taken the information they gained from panic, peeked into the door, and assumed that was the work. Took on the aesthetic of panic. If I act like panic, I've done it. If I say the things panic has said, I've done it. But then if you question them, it was always the same response. All things are one thing. And then they just call you Hotep. It was a whole new religion these niggas have made up. They've also decided that debating is now off the table. You're not going to exchange the ideas anymore. And you know what? Not needing to debate is great to open the door. You know, faking it till you make it is great to open the door. But the point of the work isn't just to open the door. You gotta go in. You gotta go inside the door. They had missed the subtlety of darkness. Their defenses of their ideas were to repeat New Age axioms. Stuff that the mainstream parades around. I'm all things. Everything is one. I'm everything. Self-deification had been diminished to concepts of being superhuman. As if being a stronger character is the solution to getting out of a game you shouldn't have been playing to begin with. What were once pillars of metaphysical knowledge were now hollow affirmations to human personalities. The old dichotomous framework from religion that people tried to get away from with God and the devil had been replaced with higher and lower self, or conscious and subconscious mind. Just like philosophy of mind, which was becoming more and more materialistic by conflating the brain to be the mind, occultists were doing it now too. And quantum physics was creeping in along all those little New Age axioms. It's the same fallacy of being superhuman. It's a deeper agreement to the physical world. Of course the physical world is a hologram. It's an illusion. Now what part of the hologram isn't an illusion? Tell me the nature of that. It's more than just being surprised that you're not your body anymore. That's basic. And I would constantly hear things like, all things are energy. All is mind. Everything is light. What do all of those have in common? They all make the claim that all things are one thing, then make the error of naming that one thing, and then their attention is redirected to the name and understanding the name and overlooking the nature of one itself. They throw the metaphysics right out the window before they even examine it. It's subtlety. Subtlety. The subtlety of self doesn't concern itself with what others think of you or just the emotional response you may have, be it positive or negative. The subtlety of self will judge you by why you had whatever response. That's the purity of heart thing. The places in yourself where you can admit to not knowing is where the parts of you that know will place the knowledge you're to learn. seems like some people got so caught up in detaching from the weight of the opinions of others or their emotional trauma. They got so caught up in being able to say, I don't have to listen to you. Whatever you're saying is wrong because I don't already agree with it. I make my own world. They got so caught up in the pride. I know I've tasted it too. But I had to be honest with myself. Especially when I would snap. Especially when I felt like I was being attacked. I had to be honest with myself. No one else was obligated to. All these affirmations floating around, making sure your human personality feels comfortable. That's not the left-hand path. I'm not saying you gotta feel like shit your entire life. Most certainly you don't. What do you think you is? When you're saying this happened to me, that happened to me, what is me? What is me in all of that? Oh, go back to saying, oh, it's everything. I'm everything. No, there's no detail in that. The devil's in the details. There's no detail in that. It's hollow. It sounds like something a Christian would say. God is love and God is in me, so I'm everything because God is everything and God is love. No one seems to have any capacity anymore to navigate controversy. More especially not outside themselves. They just want to, oh, no, I'm my own universe. Nothing affects me. I'm good. Just run away from anything they don't actually like without even examining what's got them running in the first place. They haven't developed any faculty for navigating controversy. And if you can't navigate it outside yourself, I'm certain you can't navigate it within yourself. Do you think the subtle aspects of the self that aren't trying to stop being human are just going to sit back? No, they're going to push back. And you got to be ready to push back to them. You got to be able to see what that is. You can't just say, oh, this is pushing back against me. It must be wrong. In the absence of the weak, strength has no value. So if everybody's strong and nobody's weak, then what value is strength? We ain't all the same. And so you gotta rise above and leave behind other things. You need to be able to navigate controversy. Otherwise, you'll be weak. Telling yourself you're strong, and if everybody's just telling themselves they're strong, what value does strength have? You gotta have a little more nuance than that. It's one thing to be confident in yourself. It's another to be lying to yourself. And if you can't discern the difference between the two, what good is telling yourself you know the truth? I'm sitting there pissed off just listening to this shit, bro. I'm sitting there pissed off just listening to this shit. Like, right there at the end. Pertinent point. Pertinent point. There is a difference between being confident in yourself and lying to yourself. These motherfuckers sitting there so steady, just showing off the lie. Hey guys, look at me. Look at me. Just finding new ways to make their lie fucking comfortable, as opposed to trying to challenge yourself. Niggas out here unconventional in a conventional sense. Unconventional in a conventional sense. If you don't know what that means, say, hey, I don't know what that means. Don't just sit there, challenge yourself. Fuck. This is what niggas have been missing about not only darkness, but the left-hand path in particular, man. The subtlety of darkness. The subtlety. Darkness ain't out there. Hey guys, look at me. I'm the darkest thing out here. I'm the evil. No. It's in the background. It's sitting where you'd never think to look. Why? Because that's its nature. Fuck, man. Like, okay. Like I was talking about at the beginning of that one. Like, figuring out, coming to the realization that I never knew English. I never knew English. When I first got into this shit, I did not know English. And I didn't know I didn't know. I didn't know that I didn't know. The first time I figured that shit out is when I was living in Mexico and I had to learn Spanish. Shit, I remember in high school, I was like fucking around in Spanish class. So I'm thinking to myself, why the fuck do I need to know Spanish? I'm never gonna go to Mexico. Ended up living in Mexico. My dumb ass. I'm sitting there trying to learn Spanish, breaking down the words, seeing how this translates back to this and back. And I'm like, hold on, I didn't even know that this is why we did this in English. I'm just sitting here babbling and like a fucking idiot. That was the first time I realized I didn't know English. I got hit again. And mind you, I've never been the dumb nigga in the room. The only way I was able to learn was by putting myself into the dumb nigga space on my own volition. Not because it's obvious all these people are smarter than me, because they're consistently not. But if I'm going to learn, I have to put myself there. And so I had to do it again when I started learning law. I thought I knew English. I was wrong. Again. I was wrong. Again. I knew slave English. I knew enough English to do what Massa needed me to do and to talk to the other slaves on the plantation. That's it. Well, you think Kunta Kinte impressed because he can count to 10 and another nigga can't count to 10? What the fuck is counting to 10? You're a slave and you have no idea. You don't know what you think you know, and you don't know because you won't challenge the fact that you don't know. It's too comfortable to say, hey man, I get it. I'm better than these dead niggas. Fuck these niggas. Look at me. I'm on the cutting edge. I'm on the cutting edge. No. You missed it. You missed it. You missed it big. I can, and this is how I can always spot motherfuckers who've missed it. Cause I was you. I was you. It's why I can do the panic pretender and the left-hand light worker shit. I was them. I know what that shit is like. I know what it's like to, because see, some motherfuckers, like I said, you look at some shit, and because you watched it once, you'll assume, hey, I got all this. I don't need to go see that again. I've seen this before. I've seen this before. I know what that is. No. Like this fucking dumb nigga on fucking, I'll call him Tay-Tay. I'll call you Tay-Tay, okay? I'll call him Tay-Tay. And no, he's not the only motherfucker that's made this mistake. He'll look at the shit I got, right? And he'll see a video that has the Tree of Life diagram and assume I'm talking Kabbalah. No, I'm not talking about Kabbalah. I'll show you the diagram because y'all niggas know the diagram and you'll look at it and like, okay, I can connect this to what I already know. And you niggas don't even really know that shit. That's why I don't tell you the different names of the Sephiroth or the fucking paths of the shit because it don't matter to me. It don't matter. It don't. Fuck that shit. If you don't get the whole physical realm is that bottom Sephiroth, you don't get what you're looking at. You don't get what you're looking at. There's no out there to go. There's no out there to go. It's within. But within what? What is you? Not the body and not the personality. You're facing the wrong direction. You're facing the wrong direction. That's my main thing I talk to people about. Your premises of thinking is wrong. Congratulations, you read a lot of books. Congratulations, you spent money on books. Great job. It don't mean you get this. It doesn't. The old mystery schools used to set up a bunch of shit. Like, you ever start reading one of these occult books and like the first 10 chapters are cryptic as fuck? Do you know why? Part of the reason is to keep the profane away from the information. A motherfucker hit them first 10 chapters. By chapter 3, he's bored out of his mind and confused and just puts the whole book down. Good. Good. That's exactly what they want you to do. But you're not going to question what part you don't get. You're not going to question why you don't get it. Because you're so impressed with yourself for even having the book. You sitting there highlighting shit in the book, taking down fucking notes. Don't nobody give a fuck about that. You're not even going to go back and look at that shit. Fuck you. You have no idea, and you have no idea that you have no idea. Motherfucker looked at my bookbinding service, and he was like, put in his stories. Oh God, this guy's selling stuff that you can get for free on the internet. Didn't look. You can get a whole bunch of different shit for free. Can you get free bookbinding? Can you take a PDF that they don't make no more and start making it like literally from file to fucking printed out book. Can you do it? No, I can. That's what I'm selling you. Not the fucking docket, the file, the PDF file. Go get that wherever you want to. But you ain't even gonna do the research to go look for the shit. It bothers me. It bothers me. And this is the thing about the debate and shit, man. Because y'all come from the panic place. You come from the place where panic is like, debating is beneath me. Fuck that shit. That's because his shit is for dead niggas. The shit he's spitting is for dead niggas. It really is. I know I was a dead nigga. It's for dead niggas. If you're going to debate a dead nigga, of course that's frivolous. Especially if you're going to get emotionally compromised because the dead nigga don't want to stop being dead. Let the dead lie with the dead. I use this example all the time. Motherfuckers are impressed with themselves because they're running faster than the audience. The audience didn't come to race. They came to be dead. Let them be dead. You need to focus on the motherfuckers that's actually out here running the race. That's who you compare yourself to. Because I'm overlapping you niggas. Overlapping. And because we running next to each other, you think, oh, well, we must be doing the same thing. No, nigga, I've already done 5 laps. Well, the start is the finish line. That doesn't mean you don't run. You niggas are impressed with yourself for nothing. You're impressed with yourself and you won't examine the fact that you don't know what you're looking at. Because you think you know more than a dead nigga. Of course you know more than a dead nigga. They're dead. That's the point. Stop posing. Stop performing for fucking people on Instagram. Stop performing for them. What is you? Don't show me a cool little psychedelic picture. Oh, man, when people see this, they're going to know I'm into this stuff. Ha 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 ha. Fuck out of here, man. I bet y'all niggas play video games and trying to convince the NPCs that they're in a video game, don't you? Fucking idiots, man. Fucking idiots. The darkness is subtle. There's a difference between being confident and lying to yourself. If you're doing the daily affirmations, the reason you gotta do it every day is because you don't believe. You have to keep convincing yourself because you're not convinced. Fuck, man. Hell yeah, Smooth. Some boy said, I feel like I'm getting a whooping. All of y'all niggas getting a whooping. I'm not gonna eat you, but I'm gonna smack the fuck out of you. God damn it, man. If you really out here and y'all claim to be doing this shit, you say you want to do this shit, you gotta go to distance. You gotta go to fucking distance. And it don't feel good, man. You gotta feel that shit. So I said it hurts good though. But it's gonna hurt better once you do what I told you to do. I'm telling you, man, this shit is like clockwork. And I have to remember this shit because I was talking to a homie about this shit the other day. Like the shit I'll instruct people to do, I forget that I learned to do it over the course of years. And so like me not realizing that what I just told them to do in a let's say a week, it took me 3 years to even realize that's what I had to do. And then probably another year to do it. So when motherfuckers, I have a consultation with a nigga, and it'll take them a year to do what I told them to do. To even get around to doing it. And I'll be like, oh, some Arius ass shit, right? Oh, they don't listen to me. Everyone hates me. I really don't want to do. But it's this shit. It's the shit they gotta go through. Has nothing to do with me. In fact, I'm a fucking joke. Oh, guys, look. Before I wrap this thing up today, I have to tell you this joke. I know you probably heard the joke already. You probably heard the joke. Like, once I tell you this shit, it's gonna be obvious it's just a joke. All right? I'm sure you heard it. All right? Greatest joke ever. It's never not funny. I mean, it's never not funny. Hilarious, in fact. Hilarious. Okay, so here's the joke, right? Here's the joke. The joke is me. It's me. I'm the joke. I'm the fucking joke. gotta be out your fucking mind, man. You're a joke. You're a joke and you're the only motherfucker not laughing. What is you? You have no idea. Fucking meatbag personality. Oh, look at I'm gonna turn on the chakras in my kundalini. In your body? In your body? That's what's been stopping you the whole time. Your body, right? But stop. You never left Kansas, Dorothy. You never left Kansas. You're saying, y'all motherfuckers steady on the yellow brick road. I'm gonna go over here and do it. I'm gonna go over here and get this. I'm gonna go over here and get that. Fuck that shit. You never left Kansas. But that's not motivation. Damn, I'm late. Boy, Gerald, you're late. Hey, man, you can always hit that replay, man. You can always hit that replay. This ain't motivation. It's not motivation. Me telling you never left Kansas isn't the new motivating thing for you to say. You gotta dig into the fact that you don't get that you never left. You gotta dig into that. Not just go tell a dead nigga so they can be like, oh, wow, you're spiritual, oh my God. Or make an Instagram post with your brand on it so everybody can see that your brand is about the motivation. Oh, I'm going to follow and repost their thing because that was really inspiring and motivating. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, man. Here he come with the check emoji. See, that's why you was late. You should have stayed late with the fucking check emoji, man. Check what? Check what? Fuck. Stop agreeing with everybody. Stop. Like I said, there's a difference between being confident and lying to yourself. Yeah, I know you were joking, Gerald. I know. It's still gonna trigger me. It's still gonna fucking trigger me. I can't help it. I can't help it. I don't want to help it. I'm going to be a dick about it. Because everyone just agrees, man. That shit is so ridiculous. Niggas just agree and agree and agree and agree. Yeah, you checking in. Yeah, you checking in, man. Yeah, man, that's facts. Yeah, man, that's facts. Check. It's like new church. It's new church. Stay away from that shit, man. Get out of the spooky books. Get out of the spooky books. What is you? What is you? And if you have no idea, admit it. Admit it. Get some fucking guidance, man. God damn it. Like, who are you going to impress when you got, oh, I did it all on my own. Who is you? What do you mean I? Who is you? You playing human again. And you impressed with yourself. Get the fuck out of here. And you don't do anything here by your damn self. There's nothing you do physically that you do by your damn self. Nothing. What, you gonna deny that you're doing stuff physical? No, of course you can't, but you're gonna try. Oh no, I don't do that. What you gonna do? Say your first name in the third person. Go ahead. I'm Arius, and Arius feels that way, but I don't feel that way. What you think I'm not gonna say? You think I'm not gonna call you out on that shit? You think I'm not gonna say, oh, okay, since he said his name in the third person, he must know that he's beyond that. I know you don't know. I know you don't know. That's why you set yourself up for me to ask you, okay, well, what's you? What do you mean outside of this? What are you outside of this? I'm everything. I'm all things. I'm the one thing that's all things. No. A roach is that. A particle of dust is that. It doesn't make a difference. It's not a personal thing. It's not a personal thing. You never left Kansas, Dorothy. But if you don't get what that means, you're just going to be, you may as well be dead. And that's real shit, man. See, y'all niggas was bad Christians. Jesus walked up on a dude. He was like, bro, you dead. Man sitting there, oh, no, nigga, you dead. You dead. You dead and you don't realize it. Wake the fuck up, man. Wake the fuck up. It's your Monday fucking morning. The skies are clearing up. Your boy's about to make it. I'm about to do whatever the fuck I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do really. I usually try to take Monday afternoons off, but hold on, I got a consult today. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm figuring what time it was after I get off here. After I'm finished with the show. I'm basically finished with the show. But yeah, look. Hey Arius, hello chat. Boy, you came in extra late. It's okay, better late than never, Sean. Ghost of Sean Lamar is in the chat, if you didn't know. Better late than never, guys. Check the replay. You're gonna love it. It's a shitstorm, but the skies are clearing up. Your boy's getting up out of here. I'm gonna finish my coffee, relax, watch my own replay, The subtlety of darkness. Darkness is subtle, guys. Darkness is subtle. Stop investing so much in performing for the rest of this fucking physical world to show them that you get it. Don't show niggas that you get it. I don't get no notifications. Man, you gotta turn on notifications. I think YouTube's supposed to do it. I don't know. YouTube probably don't notify you because I don't do any monetization. You'll never see an ad on any of my videos. Nigga, y'all are the monetization. Y'all are the monetization. If you want to help, spend or share. If you have not visited occultcornerstore.com, what the fuck are you doing? Let me guess. You just come in, get some free information from Arius. Oh, I'm going to get this. Oh, I'm going to take this. I'm all by myself. I get all this now. No, you don't. No, you don't. Fuck you. You don't get all this. You don't get all this. If you're not buying the consultation, if you ain't attending a boot camp, you're stealing. You're stealing. I mean, I'm not going to tell you shouldn't steal because you're doing it. Yeah, what the fuck, I'm going to stop you. You want to help? Spend or share. And don't just put this shit in your stories. Look, nobody watches your stories. Nobody cares. They do Instagram to beat boredom, not to tap in. No one cares about your stories. Don't just share my post on your stories. Look, you know one person who does the sharing right? Mr. Martinez, Mr. Think Outside the Box. That man, he'll cut this shit up and make it some shareable shit, bruh. Like, put this shit in a place where somebody can see it. If your broke ass ain't gonna do nothing about it, put it somewhere where somebody can see it. I mean, fuck. Don't wait for the algorithm, or I'm gonna like this. I don't give a fuck. Spend or share. Spend or share. We got plenty of things you can spend money on. And there's plenty of places you can share this. Hell yeah, get that shit on Facebook, bro. I don't have Facebook no more. Facebook don't like me. Click on the bell to get them. Fuck the bell! Oh, he's talking about notifications. Fuck YouTube. It's an advertising platform, which is why they're not going to promote my shit, because I don't feel like dealing with the advertising, because they got to deal with whatever the fuck they want, man. Fuck them niggas. Fuck them niggas. I need an Occult Corner Store command on my channel. What's the command? Maybe that's like a button. Maybe that's like a button. I don't know. Get with Casta. She might know how to do that. She might know how to do that. Yeah. Skies are clearing up, y'all. So Monday morning, y'all can have the rest of your Monday. I took your morning. And if you haven't given me your morning yet, you sacrilegious piece of shit, go back and watch the replay. Sit through the timer. Listen to the song. Fucking playing, man. Y'all motherfuckers steady playing about this shit. It's just a new thing to do with your friends on Instagram. Hey guys, we're in a new group. Look at us. We're not Christian. Ha 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 ha. Shut the fuck up. Christian 2.0 bullshit. All right. I'm done. I'm fucking done.